mankind the despoiler. It's pretty much accepted that when humans move in, wildlife moves out. Here in northern Canada, the boreal forest was once home to moose and wolves. Well, when farmers moved in and cut down the trees, they opened up the ground, and we've got grain fields. Now, most of us would assume that this big open country is good for nothing much more than wheat, barley, and peas. But in reality, when waterfowl nesting up north migrate south and find these fields, why, it's a regular smorgasbord. They fuel up for the migration south. It's excellent habitat for waterfowl. And it's also excellent habitat for waterfowl hunters. Hi, I'm Ron Spomer, and this is Winchester Legends. Let them come, let them come. Pintail. That's beautiful. Take them. Oh, nice shot. They're coming, girl. You ready?
I'm ready.
Good job.
From the spirit of adventure and the heartbeat of the hunt. It's what you trust, it's what you keep. It's Winchester. We're what you trust, we're what you keep. We're Winchester.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work. Swarovski Optic. Truck Vault, manufacturers of the world's finest secure in-vehicle storage systems. SOS Outdoor Products, quality gear for the outdoor enthusiast. She Safari, clothing for her expedition.
Ducks and geese. What better place than northern Canada? Waterfowl paradise. And few are finer than Alberta's Grand Prairie near the Peace River, the northernmost wheat basket for hungry birds just beginning to swarm for their migration south. Near the farming community of McLennan, Blue Sky Outfitters takes full advantage of the opportunities.
When I first heard we were going to waterfowl hunt in Canada, I thought, great, you know, Canada, you can't beat it. It's where all the ducks are hatched, and they're pretty ignorant when the season starts. Not a lot of hunting pressure up there really compared to down in the States, so you can really get some great waterfowling in.
Great waterfowling will be a refreshing change for Spomer's partner on this hunt. Nicole Jones dedicates most of her hunts to whitetails, turkeys, and mule deer, which leaves little time for web-footed prey. Nonetheless, she learned to handle a scattergun while just a lass at her daddy's side, and is eager to see if she still has the knack. Now, if only the birds would cooperate.
Nicole is really a breath of fresh air. It's not often you see young people wanting to hunt with the sort of enthusiasm that she has.
I was so excited coming to this hunt. The anticipation of the hunt was just unbelievable.
Our waterfowl hunts are primarily for ducks and geese. We do a mixed bag shoot all the time. We try and get ducks and geese at the same time. We typically do field setups in the early season, and we will set up over water in the later season for ducks.
It being the last week of the season, our team takes McNeil's advice and checks out a nearby wetland. Smart move.
We drove over to the lake to see if the birds were on there, and it was covered up with mallards, just green heads everywhere. Of course, they rose up and flew to the other end of the lake. We sat up in the shadow, in the lee side. Of course, birds like to come in, landing into the wind, and if we're sitting with our backs to the sun, they're looking into the sun, we're in the shadows, they're not going to see us. Once they saw those decoys, it was just a matter of chuckling them in, and it worked beautifully.
We're ready to go.
Right here, the hen.
No, look at the big group. Look at the big group. Big group coming in, big group.
Well, one's better than none.
There you go, Ron. Good job.
Let them come in, let them come in. Let them get close.
Tell me when, Ron. You call the shot.
Take them. Oh, nice shot.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Awesome. That a girl.
All right.
Crushed it.
Woohoo!
All right, Nicole, pop that bird up there and smile. Perfect. Pull that duck in a little bit. There you go. Well, there's enough teeth in that shot.
Since 1976, Spomer's stories and photos have been published in more than 120 books and magazines, including Sporting Classics, Sports Afield, and American Hunter. He's written 7 books and contributed chapters and images to many more.
One of my favorite parts of the hunt is to see the dog, you know, jump in the water and go after that bird. It's awesome. Sophie, drop, drop, drop. Good girl. I absolutely love Miss Sophie. She was the best dog I've ever hunted over. She's great. She's a great companion. I could really tell that, you know, Kevin had trained her well, and she listened to him very well too.
She's just an adorable dog. She's very quiet, very tolerable. You don't see a whole lot of golden retrievers as a retriever that works all the time, you know, for a guide outfitter type business, and we run our dogs every day.
Let them come, let them come. Oh yeah, they're committed. Oh, yes. Send that dog. Woo. That's beautiful.
Blue Sky Outfitters catches the very front of the annual migration as ducks and geese from as far west as Arctic Alaska stop for their first taste of grain. This begins the famous Central Flyway that passes over the wetlands and grain fields of the plains en route to the Gulf Coast.
Too low, too low.
Take him. Good shot, girl.
Yes.
You ready? Here they come. There you go.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Redhead, finest in the field since 1856. Swarovski Optic. Truck Vault, manufacturers of the world's finest secure in-vehicle storage systems. Otis Technologies, from the front lines to the hunt of a lifetime, the most advanced gun cleaning systems in the world.
Waterfowling is a time-honored tradition throughout North America, one marked by a special alliance between the United States and Canada. Its roots lie in guns, dogs, ammunition, and conservation, and Winchester's played a key role in all 4. Winchester's pump-action and semi-automatic shotguns have been waterfowling workhorses, used primarily over the Labrador Retriever, which has become the finest tool for conserving waterfowl. One of the lab's greatest champions was Winchester's John Olin, who bred the dogs on his Nilo farms, where he, along with Winchester engineers, developed effective non-crippling waterfowl loads. This, along with laws such as the Migratory Bird Treaty Act of 1918 and the Duck Stamp Act of 1934, in the heart of the Dust Bowl, helped protect waterfowl. More was needed, though, in Canada, where U.S. federal dollars didn't reach, so a group of philanthropist hunters founded Ducks Unlimited, primarily to preserve vital prairie pothole country north of the border.
In the last 10 years, I've met a lot of women hunters, much more than I ever did in the previous 20. And Nicole, I think, represents the best of the best, because she's young and vibrant, and she's deadly serious about this. It's just not some flip thing.
You know, I got a couple of my girlfriends out and they absolutely loved it. And it's just the fact of, I guess I could talk till I was blue in the face, but actually getting them out in the outdoors is what really changed their minds about it, and they've actually started hunting themselves.
And I applaud Nicole for talking to her girlfriends and playing this role model so they can see intelligent young people and women can go hunting, and there's nothing wrong with it. If they do it right, play by the rules, and are enthusiastic, it's a good thing.
And when the ducks are swarming like this, it's more than a good thing, it's a great thing.
We're freelancing for ducks. So often we get tied into our blinds in the same old, and keep going back to the same spots. If the ducks aren't behaving the way you want them to, if they're in a new area, go out there and look for them. So here in a cut bank, no blind, no structure at all. Just put a few decoys out, depend on calling, and an area in which the ducks want to land.
Here we go.
Which way are they going? Oh, yeah. Oh, Nicole, right over the trees there at about 2 o'clock. Here they come. Nicole, you got them?
Yep, they're gonna come in.
Oh, they're looking good. They're looking good. You ready?
Yeah.
Take them. Oh, nice shot, girl. Good job. Man, everything else was hens.
Good girl, Sophie.
Oh, Nicole, behind us, behind us. Oh, yeah. They're gonna commit. They're coming around your side. Not quite close enough yet. Ah, come on. What was that all about? They see something? It's your darn teeth again. It's like a flashlight. Nicole, 11 o'clock.
I can't tell what's a hen and what's a drake.
You ready? Here they come.
Geese are wild. I got me a double, girl. I love when a plan comes together, as they say. Not every day I get to get a double on a pintail drake and a mallard drake.
After all that action, the ducks decided to seek quieter waters the next morning. Once Kevin spotted flocks returning from feed fields, he moved in quickly to set the blinds and spread the decoys.
We've been seeing mallards pitching in someplace, and this is the place. They've been landing in this creek. Parts of it are frozen, parts of it are open. We flushed a bunch of birds off right here, and they immediately started circling this stubble fields, probably barley. And they're sitting out there pigging out. We're going to get them when they come back to the creek, or we're going to get other birds that are going out to feed. Okay, they're coming from the backside. Hold tight. Okay, get up, spin around, and shoot the ones behind you when they get off the water. You ready? Go. Nice shot! Yes. Good job.
It was really cool. They circled around, didn't think they were gonna come in, and then finally in he came and swung my gun and he went down. It was, I mean, it was awesome to be able to get that duck, and it ended up going awesome.
Oh, we gotta make one more turn. Lots of drakes in that box.
They're gonna swing around all right. Where are they going?
Where'd they go?
They're over here to the right. They're flying
leaving.
away. Yeah, they're flying away.
They're just nervous. They don't know where they want to sit for the night. That's
No,
that
there's
same
some
bunch
more
that we
right there,
saw way
too.
over there.
Some more can join them.
I watched them come all the way over here. Oh, they're coming. They're coming, girl. You ready?
I'm ready.
Take them. Oh, feathers.
We
Just
got one.
Feathers. Yeah, that immature drake. You know that old waterfowler syndrome, and the afternoon drags on and you start to get a little bit sleepy because you've been up since 4 o'clock. No problem here. About the time you'd start to just get a little bit naughty, here would come another flight. So it kept us on our toes. Take it. The spoonie. Spoonbill. A spoon-billed teal. We kept talking, we kept watching the skies, and those birds kept us active. It was great. Right here. Shoot this drake, right? Take it. Good shot.
Good night, though.
Pretty.
It's a beautiful night. This is a beautiful place.
Too quiet for duck hunting, too pretty for duck hunting. I don't know. The pretty part.
At least we're out here, right?
Yeah, we're doing
That's all
all
that
right.
matters.
Picking a few up.
Holy cow, look at him. Oh my gosh. This is cool. This is what I get up to waterfowl hunt for right here.
Winchester Legends is brought to you by Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work. Redhead, finest in the field since 1856. She Safari, clothing for her expedition. SOS Outdoor Products, quality gear for the outdoor enthusiast. Otis Technology, from the front lines to the hunt of a lifetime, the most advanced gun cleaning systems in the world.
Hey Ron, I understand that you did some duck hunting with my good friend Nicole, and I've never done any waterfowl hunting, but I'm really thinking about trying it this year. What kind of ammo do you think is the best to use?
It's easy. On the decoying birds, you go with steel shot, and then on those high passing birds, you use extended range, high density shot.
Now, what is the absolute difference, though, why you would choose one over the other?
Well, steel shot is essentially lighter in weight. It's just not as dense, which is great. It patterns beautifully, and it hits pretty hard out to about 40 yards, and then it starts to lose energy because it just doesn't have the weight or the mass to carry the energy farther. So as long as you've got those birds coming right in close, shoot them with steel, it's great.
How is extended range, high density shot different?
Well, the extended range high density, because the material, mostly tungsten I guess, is so much heavier than steel. It's even heavier than lead. It carries its energy way down range, so the patterns are still staying together, but the pellet itself packs more energy. And on those big, let's say a mallard or even a Canada goose, that's a big bird and you've got to penetrate a lot of feathers. You need lots of energy in your pellet. That high density stuff does the trick. So it's steel shot for things under, say, 40 yards, mostly decoying birds. And once you go beyond that range, you want the high density. Got it?
I got it. I think I'll give it a try. You want to come along?
Absolutely, I want to come along.
Alberta's habitats vary from northern forests to prairies to majestic mountains, and the variety of big game's equally abundant with elk, goat, and bighorns in the Rockies, pronghorn antelope on the prairies, and moose, deer, both whitetail and mule deer, and predators like black bear, wolf, coyote, and more whitetails, big trophy whitetails. But nothing beats the waterfowling, and Ron and Nicole are going to have a try at some Canada geese on their last day.
Okay, let's get one loaded here.
You have any specific patterns you want set?
Yeah, we're gonna set an X pattern.
Okay.
Geese may not be the smartest birds, but you want to get up plenty early to set up decoys and blinds before they start flying. After that, it's up to them.
Ronald,
How do you doing, ma'am?
are you ready?
No, I'm still setting out my decoys. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ooh, it's getting exciting. Oh, they're coming right over us.
Wow.
Right over the top. Come on, somebody drop in here. Yeah, here's 6.
Here comes some.
6 at 12 o'clock. Okay, make it 5. Come on, break off, boys, come on.
Holy cow, look at him. Oh my God. This is cool.
Nicole is going ballistic. She can't believe it. Skein after skein of geese coming out of the east. Beautiful. And they're coming right for our field. This is going to be it. Get those cartridges loaded up. We're going to shoot birds. Almost.
Come on, come this way, come this way. Don't turn, don't turn, don't turn, don't turn. Come on. They're all going over there to the right, aren't they? They're all going to land over there.
They'd go off to the right. They'd go off to the left. They'd stay behind us. We considered something showing. We're spooking them somehow. We looked things over. Looked good. Kevin said it's the same setup they've been using successfully. Why wasn't it working? Who knows?
We're always getting fresh new birds, except for today. Today's the end of the season. They didn't want to work today. This is one of the days I call it just hunting.
To travel this far and miss what is arguably some of the easiest goose hunting in North America might seem the worst of luck. But for Ron and Nicole, 2 days of incredible duck hunting more than compensates. Great dog work, great shooting, lots of ducks, plenty of opportunities, and beautiful autumn days in clean, open country seal the deal.
Oh, yes. You know, I was a little nervous because we were late in the season. I'd been moose hunting earlier in the year, and I met a gentleman from Alberta who said, you're going hunting up at Grand Prairie for waterfowl. When? And I told him late October. He said, man, I'm thinking the water's frozen and the birds are gone by then.
And that's what makes our outdoor adventures so memorable. It's the little things, the special moments when we truly feel our connection with the natural world. Whether that's shivering in the cold just before dawn, tensing in anticipation of approaching flock, collecting duck dinner with a clean shot, or missing an easy left to right, our memories make up our hunting legends.
For more information about Winchester products, log on to winchester.com.